Well, at this point in the season, Wade, we're seeing some exceptional dry down, something that we're typically not accustomed to this time of year. Seeing some earlier day hybrids already getting under that under 20% moisture, and even some of our fuller season hybrids into the mid 20s already. Things have really progressed here as we've been moving through the last couple weeks.
Yeah, and the key point of that is the dry down rates that we've been seeing. We have had above average temperatures, some winds. It has really helped with that dry down rate. So we're seeing probably over the last 2-3 weeks, probably in that half to maybe a full point of dry down per day. I'm doing the trial first week of October. We're around 0.6 of a point per day. As we move though into October, second half of October here, things are going to slow down quite a bit. Days are going to get shorter. Temperatures are going to get cooler. We're probably going to be getting down to that quarter of a point. And as we get over into November, our dry down historically is very little at that point. So we have good dry down rates now. The corn stalk quality that's out there is getting a little bit questionable. That's the other concern that I have out there walking fields. Wouldn't you agree, Mike?
Absolutely. So as I've been walking fields, I've been doing the pinch test, the push test, and you can reference some of that stuff on Pioneer.com. And been finding a lot of the stalk integrity has been very questionable. So as we're sitting here looking at lower commodity prices and figuring out ways to save money, sometimes looking at that later harvest isn't necessarily the answer that we're looking for here.
Right. We got a great crop out there. Some of the early yields are coming out. They're overly impressive. Some record yields is being reported in some areas or fields. We want to capture as much of that yield as possible. With warmer temperatures, low drying costs, if you're drying it on farm, you can, especially warmer temperatures. The warmer temperatures you're not going to have to warm the air up as much or the grain up as much, and that's going to help with the dry down rate. You get a lot of comments, and there's a lot evidence that says you can dry 25% or mid 20s, lower 20s at this current air temperature cheaper than you can dry 17-18% corn when it gets down into the 30s and 40s.
Exactly. You don't want to put yourself in a position where you have to first thaw the corn out to dry it. I mean, these are some ideal temperatures that we have here. The 15-day forecast looks good. Take advantage of these things, and and the other aspect that we really need to be looking at too is as we get into harvest, are we getting the corn into the combine and onto the truck? Are we having kernels that are getting spilled on the ground, they're getting lost in the header? Every couple kernels that you see in a square foot adds up to a couple bushel an acre. Yep. So we're going to lose bushels here in a hurry if we don't get moving with harvest.
Right. So I guess the key points, dry down rate's been great. We got corn around 20, some still a little bit above the fuller stuff. Some of the earlier seasons getting down at 18-19%.
Yep.
So we got great temperature out there, great drying conditions to dry the crop with the drying systems that are out there. And the stock quality out there is getting to be questionable. So if you can't get in some soybeans or trying to get some soybeans, if the moisture's holding you out, go get some of that corn, hook up that corn head and go get it. And if you get done with your beans, jump right in the corn and get this crop harvested before the snow flies.
Absolutely. Take advantage of the weather now because it could change in a hurry here for us going forward.